India is the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. America's famous storyteller Mark Twain said that, and a story was exactly what Michael Mole was in search for in incredible India.
Sure Travel had laid out for us the complete journey through this rapidly changing subcontinent and culture in which all roads lead here.
Delhi is undoubtedly the gateway to India, and this gate, the gateway to Delhi. Much like subcontinental Rome, India's capital is home to a whole bunch of museums and ruins and vestiges of lost empires. And it is crowded. The city's home to 17 million people, all of whom it feels have gathered around the monument for the day.
Designed by famous empire architect Lutyens, it commemorates those who fell in service of the British Indian Army in the Afghan and First World Wars. After independence over 60 years ago, it was soon adopted as an entirely Indian landmark. And that's the tale of Delhi's architecture. From Victorian and Gothic back through Islamic and Hindu styles, the buildings reflect the same maze of influences you find in the people.
Befuddling. That's probably the best word to describe India. A diverse, multi-dimensional travel encounter that nothing can fully prepare you for. It's not without its challenges, though. Indian bureaucracy can be exasperating. The crush of humanity can sometimes drive you to your wits' end, and poverty is confronting. But that's the Indian experience, and it just wouldn't be the same without it.
The tangle of markets in the old city represent a trading legacy. And whether it's jewellery, saris, herbal potions or bridal attire, these bazaars are as popular as any shopping mall.
First thing people ask you when you get back from India is, did you get Delhi belly? Which is fairly commonplace amongst us tender-tummy tourists. So if you want to enjoy street fare without getting it, then best use your common sense and eat at a reputable eatery. Prasad Shiv Charan has been serving food to his customers on this street for the last 138 years. There are even pictures of Indira Gandhi eating on his wall. Well, not eating on the wall, but eating in his restaurant. So I think this is safe. What would you recommend I have today?
You eat the parantha, mixed parantha.
Oh, you're going to have to say that slowly.
It's a very delicious parantha. Your whole item, the mix is the cheese, peas, tomato, chili, and very delicious parantha. You eat the parantha as the mixed parantha.
No problem.
No problem.
Fantastic.
No problem.
I'll have one of those. Thank you very much.
Still unsure of what awaited him, Michael placed his faith in Nehru and a long line of Indian prime ministers, Hollywood and Bollywood stars, all of whom have eaten here and prospered.
Thank you. Served by hand. How cool is that? Literally. So let me tell you what we've got here. This is greenish chutney. This looks like banana with some spices. That looks like potato. This is like a mix of things. Here's another mix of things. And these are carrots. Their carrots are in fact red, not orange like ours. And they're a lot more spicy than ours.
Breaking bread with the locals and appearing to enjoy the food was one thing, but come on, Mr. Michelin.
That's very good. That's very, very good.
Simple food, a simpler lifestyle, but a profound influence on the world. That is the legacy of the father of India, revered here along the banks of the city's River Yamuna.
Of all the memorials in India, this has to be the most unremarkable and yet the most visited, because it's here that Mahatma Gandhi was cremated. A man who famously said, there are causes I'd be willing to die for, but no cause I'd be willing to kill for. And for that belief, he paid the ultimate price.
This was the man who freed India, inspiring Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela.
Gandhi was a world statesman, but his memorial is just so ordinary. Why?
This was his wish. He wanted to be cremated in a very simple way, and that is what was executed by the government. But later on they decided to build this memorial and cover it with the marble platform that you see. And the two words, which means Hey Ram, these are the two words which he said when he was shot.
The day of his birth and death are public holidays, yet our host was concerned that these are becoming memorials in name only.
People are not following Gandhi's traditions. The way he was, the simple life that he led, nobody is following that. Gandhi philosophy is getting lost, unfortunately.
The subcontinent has seen spiritual, political and commercial influences come and go. But in these Persian-style gardens of Humayun's tomb, you find how the Indian brand of Islamic architecture helped shape the country. Modelled on Samarkand, the tomb of the ancient conqueror Timur, this style reached its pinnacle in India's most famous edifice.
Taj Mahal is a copy of this tomb. This is built 90 years approximately before Taj Mahal. 90% I would say is a Iranian influence. And some influence comes from Uzbekistan, that's Samarkand, where the forefathers of this dynasty, Tamerlane, was ruling over there. And he built a tomb for his grandson. The designing of the development of the double dome system starts in Samarkand.
The first monument to use this arresting combination of red sandstone and white marble, the dome and signature Rajasthani canopies of this World Heritage Site are clearly visible from another Indian classic, the Oberoi New Delhi Hotel. At the spearhead of the country's outward-looking business focus, its Japanese grills, Italian wine lists and Chinese restaurants have combined with a traditional Indian offering to see it voted as the investor's choice for best hotel in the city.
Over and above the trappings of five-star luxury, how much emphasis do you place on relationships with your guests?
Our values are listed down, and we call it the Oberoi Dharma, set of beliefs. And the most important point in our Dharma is guest before company, company before self. Guest is everything. You're here for the guest. That is a very strong, profound Indian belief. And that is our motto, that is how we run the entire company.
Here we could take on board the birth of a nation and the millennia-old history that led to it. In suites named after Jungle Book author Rudyard Kipling and the once formidable ruler of the North, Jai Singh, we could look forward with great anticipation to the remainder of our passage through India. Sure Travel puts you in the picture this week. Make memories that last a lifetime with holiday packages from Sure Travel. Details on the website and in Top Billing magazine.